Hey guys, Charles Como back with another Political Minute. In a recent video, I discussed the fact that the filibuster was not designed to protect the minority party in the Senate from an overreaching majority, as people falsely believe, but the filibuster was created by mistake. And now it's being used to hold this country hostage by the minority party unless they get everything they want. Now, with all this talk of the fiscal cliff, the debt ceiling, our children not being able to pay off the national debt, this country becoming the next Greece, and now talk of $1 trillion platinum coin that will save us all, what the hell's going on here? Has this country lost its mind? Start the 1 minute clock and let's find out. I recently read a Noam Chomsky tweet that the illusion of freedom of debate can be created by framing the argument in such a way as to leave out important information so that people end up debating irrelevant topics. For example, gay marriage, claiming that it's about the saving of the sanctity of marriage when it's really about religion trying to force its views on the public. The very same framing is happening in this country with the so-called fiscal cliff and the debt ceiling. Now, there's no chance ever of this country not being able to pay back its debt obligations. The United States uses what's called a fiat currency, which means that we make our own money. Because money is completely fake, if you think about it, it's just a piece of paper and a coin, the government has to put that money into the economy for the economy to function and grow. If the government were to take in the same amount of money that it puts out, the net result would be no money in the economy, zero in the economy, and growth would not exist. Every time the government creates a surplus, meaning that it takes in more money than it puts out, you would think that that would be a good thing if you were a company or an individual. But when you understand the fact that the government is the one that created that money in the first place, every time they take the money out of the economy, they're actually hurting the economy. There have only been 7 periods since 1776 that this country achieved fiscal balance or even surpluses. We also experienced 6 depressions since 1776. Do you see a correlation? Every time the country balanced its books, we were sent into depression right afterwards. The Great Recession we are in right now was also caused by the fiscal surplus created from 1998 to 2001, but was delayed by the dot-com and housing bubbles for a few years. So as you can see, it does not make sense for a country that has its own currency to have to balance its books, because doing so sends the country in depressions every time. But how will our children pay back the trillions of dollars that this country owes to the Chinese, you ask? Simple. They take one number from this column and move it over to this column. Chinese sell so much stuff to America, they don't want to take the money and convert it into Chinese currency. They want to keep it in dollars. So they buy treasuries as a way of keeping the money in our country. When those treasuries come due, the government again moves one number from this column and puts it over in that column. But won't that create inflation? Nope. Inflation only occurs when things are booming, when the economy gets overheated, when everyone's buying homes and cars and so on and so forth. And that's not happening right now. So the government should be injecting more money into the economy to help it get out of this recession instead of contracting. But won't we become like Greece, not able to pay our bills? Nope. Never. Greece made the mistake of giving up its own currency to join the euro, which makes it unable to do what the United States can do, which is why they're screwed and we are not. But what about this ridiculous $1 trillion platinum coin people are saying the government should make? On Fox News, they said the amount of platinum needed to make $1 trillion coin would sink the Titanic, they said. I would say, are you an idiot? We use a fiat currency, meaning the quarter's not made out of a quarter's worth of metal, duh. On top of that, printing the $1 trillion coin and depositing it in the bank to pay off the debt is exactly what this government does already. It's not a stupid idea, it's what's already happening, and everybody's lack of the knowledge of how money works is allowing these idiot politicians to destroy this country just so they can stop helping others. So the point of this video is to demonstrate that this whole argument of this country headed towards financial disaster is a complete and utter fabrication by those who want to undo years of progress through austerity measures so that we don't have to help the less fortunate, spend on public programs, public transportation, education, etc. Coming up in the next few weeks, I'll make a couple videos clarifying how money works and how we're all being taken for a ride by the very rich and powerful. What do you guys think about this whole debt ceiling fiasco? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all next week for another episode of the Political Minute.